What is the best thing to invest in right now in 2024? So again, a very tenuous year, a lot going on. We've had world-leading economists guiding our community and me specifically. And I have, several options, about 4 different options. So get a pen and paper. I want to talk first about just be your own opportunity. Like you are your best entrepreneurial opportunity and making more money on yourself, especially in the margin when you run your company right. So being an entrepreneur is critical in today's day and era. And you say, well, I asked about investing. I know I want you to make more money so you can invest more money. Where else would you put it? I would look towards the real estate market. I'm going to talk about that. And then last, I'm going to talk about insurance products. I'm going to talk about AI-driven investing softwares and just some really safe places. And then the end of it, I'm going to talk about liquidity. A lot of you need to stay liquid. This year is going to be a roller coaster year, and a lot of you are not prepared. You're over leveraged in things you're going to have a heck of a time getting out of. So again, really important, you take some notes. So let's explore a very lucrative business and being in your own entrepreneurial adventures and opportunities. You can either invest with other great entrepreneurs and be in their business as an investor or partnered into them, or just look at yourself. What are you doing now? How have you made money in the past? And if you're an entrepreneur already, why not just scale and just go for it? Add marketing and add sales, add a bigger, SKU offerings to your database, which means in my words, if my goal is to help make you millionaires, what's the exact thing in sequence of that experience to get you there? So I can build more in around my content, my knowledge. Like we've added generational families and generational wealth building. We've added a lot of kids in education. So when you think about multiple streams of income in your own entrepreneurial venture, like a lot of the lucrative sessions in multiple streams is building on what you already have. You have a foundation that creates an experience, right? We create millionaires. But what do you need? You need to get incorporated. You need trust. You're going to need insurance. You're going to need all these things. That is extra additive revenue, whether it's a joint venture, I own the business, or some sort of an affiliate relationship. So what is it that you're doing where you could add more to it to create more liquidity, number one, meaning cash in your pocket, and then get it put away so you are ready for this roller coaster year of investing and investments in 2024. The one thing before I leave this entrepreneurial conversation, if you're not one or you are and you're kind of stuck, think about like the truth of a recession. The most volatile markets are when Amazon was formed, when Microsoft was formed. I mean, some of the greatest technologies and just businesses have come from the downturn of economic growth. It is like during the roughest times is when the best entrepreneurs win. So look around. Where's the gaps? What's going to be needed? What's going to be more recession proof if you're going to jump into a new industry? Now, the industry I want to talk about next, the second thing, which is real estate and notes. So notes is about having a first position, not a second or third. A lot of people will offer you a second, third position, which puts you behind the first. And if anything happens to the project, and I'm a first lien holder, I'm going for the project. So if you're not in a first position, you're in second or third, you really put yourself in the back seat. So notes are huge recession proof. A lot of people, because of the run during the pandemic, they bought houses at $500,000, $600,000, $700,000 that are really only worth about $300,000 and $400,000. Why do I know that? Because we built them in Boise, Idaho markets. And a lot of people started buying in the 600 range. So we were making an extra $200,000 per house as we were in that run. And now the values have come back down. They've leveled back out. A lot of those people are going to go upside down. And what I'm hearing again through the economists, some of these loans are going to get pulled this year. So this is where if you are in cash and you can actually be a note giver, you could take the first lien on that property. You become the bank, they pay you. So there's a lot of ways to do notes. We have a lot of experts in our communities that know how to teach you how to do notes. It's a great way to use other people's money if you need them. And it's a great way to actually lend to somebody and get a great return. Because interest rates are so high, as a hard money lender, which is essentially what you'll become, you're going to be able to make 12, 15. I know somebody's actually charging 17% right now for their money. So I wish I could find those deals and somebody willing to pay me that. That'd be awesome. So really start watching that. And then again, real estate, it's going to rock and roll, but it's going to be very zip code specific. You can't just say a state's going to be up or down or an area of the country. It's always zip code related. We're in a presidential election. More movement's going to continue as this continues. And there's just a lot of unrest around it. So again, if you're in the right zip code, you have the right strategy, there's always going to be good fix and flips. There's going to be first position notes. There's going to be opportunities where different submarkets are going to take a run. I love storage. I love mobile home parks. I love RV parks. But the other side of it is buy some land. upgrade, sell the dream. I've done a lot of that. So watch for those opportunities because it is going to be a great place to pick up and be a financier to support those who are going to have to get a bank note called. Or the other side of it is who wants to pay 8 and 9% on a first mortgage and a 30-year fixed? Are you kidding? Who'd do that? A lot of people are doing it, unfortunately. So you can still get in and probably charge 9 and 10, but give them some flexibility of the payment that if interest goes down in the next few years, which is not anticipated to at least till into 25, beginning of 26, you're going to make some great interest in between. So before I talk about the softwares and some AI-driven softwares and insurance products, I want you to subscribe to the channel. I want you here 5 days a week. Click the notification button. Make sure that you actually listen to the videos. There's a journal link below, which we have a journal designed for your learning. So you can write down the day, the video, what you learned, give one to all your family members throughout the year. So as a family, you start this conversation about money. The whole channel is designed as a family-friendly, 5 years old and up can listen to the channel and learn something. So make sure you're leaning in, engaging, and get those people that are around you, right? Those 5 that you're closest to, that you're most like, listening to the channel. Get in a new conversation about money this year. The final piece that I want to talk about is insurance products. So there's life insurance and there's death insurance. So death insurance is term, which is being marketed all over the internet and all over the TVs and every market term. You're going to outlive it. And unless it's convertible term, you just blew all that money for 15, 20 years. So don't even begin there. Just go to a life insurance. So we do an infinite banking process. The higher level net worth people do captives. I mean, we do a lot of different varieties of insurance. So make sure you lean in, call our office, say, hey, can I talk to somebody about real cash value, real life insurance that you can use, you can loan against, it becomes a bank. So phenomenal recession-proof products. So we just talked about notes, we talked about insurance products, and then my favorite, which keeps you really liquid, is a software. It is called iFlip. There's a link below. Grab it if you want. You can get a free app. And then as you grow and you put more and more investable money, it becomes a monthly fee. So, but again, it's a software. No one's giving you advice, but it keeps you safer. It takes you in and out of the market. It's designed by one of the biggest geniuses in the stock market world. This software is beating Robinhood at all of its returns and all of its growth. And it's where I stay very liquid in that iFlip software and put my money into smart folios. So check that out if it worked for you. But again, those are some places. Again, it's just the way that I started it out. I'm going to say lean into yourself, lean into your own skill set, and become an entrepreneur. Let me teach you how to live corporate life. I'm always doing our Millionaire Intensive, so come there if you haven't been there. Grab 2 tickets. Love to share with you how you too can be a very quick millionaire. There will be a lot of millionaires made in this very downturn of a year. So that's it for now. If you have any questions, go to askloral.com, AskLoral. Ask any question, make a request. We'll talk tomorrow.